Patreon. Link in the description. Bye-bye.
Ashen One. Ashen One. Is all well? Thou dost not appear injured. Thou art in a position of great strain. Seeing such great trials in this work of linking the flame, thou should not feel guilt in moments of frailty. I am not kind, nor gentle of spirit. I dwell here to make thou purpose easier. It is my purpose, after all, to serve at thine discretion and at the discretion of the shrine. If thou needest a place of rest, a place to collect thine strength and let thy soul sit in silence, then a place I shall make for thee. It is not mine place to tell thou what to do, but I would be happy for thou to lay thy head here upon my lap. Let not the thought of thine strength delay thee. I shall not judge thee. 'Tis not a moment of weakness to let thyself wane. 'Tis not something shameful to be vulnerable, to forgive thyself thy rest. Though it may be shameful to deny thyself care for the sake of some false dignity, I shall call the smith and have him wrestle thee into my lap, if thous will be difficult. 'Tis not a threat, 'tis a promise of the earnestness of which I care for thee. Dost thou see, my Ashen One? 'Tis not so dark and fearful a thing to allow thyself to be held. Let thy guard down for me, answered for thy own good. Feel the warmth within thee and the warmth of the bonfire. 'Tis for you. 'Tis to make thy task easier and distant for the moment. All is distant for the moment. Thou art found amidst an island and ocean away from thy troubles, and all which causes thy pain is far from here, far from thou, far from I. Let thy body lose its stiffness. Find the knots in thy gut and let them loosen. Allow me to guide the lost soul within thee to a place of quiet. All is well. All shall be well. All that is fire cools in time, becomes still, gentle, as ash carried on the wind, or it shall settle in new places, far from that which burned it so. Shh. It is well, Ashen One. Thou art well, and I am too for knowing thee. Thou hast given me purpose, and sight. Thou'st could not know the ways in which though thou hath relieved me, the ways in which thou hath helped me. I could speak forever, and thou would never understand the extent. For the relief thou hast given to me, to all souls here, those who live and those who passed. Thy journey is not done. It is not finished. That thou should take thy time. Thou hast not failed and will not. But I shall not deny thee the chance to rest. Rest. And when thou'st is ready, when thou is ready to face the next part of thy journey, thou shalt rise, and the world will be better, because thou had taken the time to rest. Rest, Ashen One. Rest. Lie thy head gently back. Feel the fabric of my gown and the warmth of my skin behind it, and my hand upon thy head. Be relieved, I beg of thee, for thou deserve it. There, thou art well, and I am pleased. Thou art not the first to fall to weakness in the burden of this journey. It is not a shame, and I am made glad by the time thou give thyself, even if thou had to be brought to it with coercion. Oh, doth thou have a question for me? What is it that thee wishes to ask? I suppose that is a fair question. I have told thou of my purpose, but I have not told thou much of myself. What didst thou wish to know of me, Ashen One? I do not remember. My time before I was a firekeeper is a long gone thing. Ages past. Do not fret. I do not weep for ground which I do not know. To do so would do me more harm than good. I believe if thou understandest that. If I were to weep, it would not be for those bygone memories, for whatever their content. They led me here, to thou and mine own fate. To make of thee a lord is a worthy goal, and one which I would expend much of myself to achieve, if given the choice again. Perhaps thy mind is still heavy, Ashen One, would thou like to ask another question? Or perhaps would thou like to stay as thou art, here, resting? Of course, thou dost not have to choose. If thou wish to remain, then remain, as long as thou please. This was always to be a safe haven for the unkindled, a wayward place of rest. And I'm glad it serves that purpose for thee, above all things. Yes, yes, of course. Thou could not know the joy and warmth of having thou lie upon my lap. Yes, my Ashen One. Is there any way I can make the world easier for thee? If in any way, then I will gladly do it. Yes, I do enjoy thy company, as much as one such as I canst in this dark time. Thou and I share much in common, and I feeleth too a trim of the burden thou carries. Thou should be proud in this capacity, that it took this long for thou to bend beneath such strain. Thou art stronger than thou knowest, but there is no shame in a little help, or much even. If thou needest aid, I am always at thou's disposal. Indeed, there is much to be done, and delaying shall only trouble thee more, I am sure. But do not cut short your rest, your recuperation. It is worthy of you. Good of you, even, to take a moment to preserve yourself, to let your time of fire fade for a moment of silence. You shall be all the stronger for it thereafter. That I promise. Hold thyself in mine arms, Ashen One, for just a while longer. And I promise, the world shall still be here when you arrive.